it's Katie from Smarty Panties and TravelingPanties.com. I am back with my second vlog about how to have a really healthy pregnancy and get through it happily, healthily, and all that fun stuff. So I'm going to give about 10 tips, give or take. And, of course, goes without saying, talk to your doctor first. I am not a medical expert. These are just things that doctors have told me and things that I've learned along the way that have helped me have a healthy pregnancy so far. And I'm about 18 weeks. So the first thing is going to be, as I just said, see your doctor. So go to your doctor, talk to them about a plan, figure out how many appointments you're going to need and just get the ball rolling with them. So in the same vein, the next thing you're going to want to do is make sure you are on a prenatal vitamin. Prenatal vitamins, there's all different kinds. Your doctor may prescribe you one. Your doctor could tell you to just go to the store and pick out one that you like. There's ranges from vegan ones. There's all different kinds. At the beginning of my pregnancy, I started off on Prenatal, which was a prescribed variety. And, it was great. I didn't really seem to have any problems. But after I was done with my first trimester, I decided to go to a vegan variety that was, I just felt like a little bit more about whole food, said it was easier to digest, easier on your stomach, and just seemed a little healthier. But, that's a personal choice, and really, I have no idea. Maybe it's not healthier. Who knows? The one that I use is called Baby and Me Herbal Free, and I really liked it so far. The downside of it is that you do have to take 4 pills a day, which can be a lot to swallow. And then on top of that, I also take a DHA supplement as well as a iron supplement. I take gentle iron because you don't want it hurting your stomach, which can be the case with a lot of iron supplements. So that's definitely something else to keep in mind. My next piece of advice is to forget all of those vices that you have been, attached to. No more alcohol, no more smoking, what else? No more excessive caffeine intake. And again, talk to your doctor about this, but, pretty much goes without saying, those are the main things you really have to give up, which brings me to my next piece of advice, which is no-brainer, eat healthy, right? This can be easier said than done, especially at the beginning. If you're like me, I had a super rough go of things for about the first 15 weeks, and it was miserable. Nothing sounded good most days, but you're also kind of going through this weird thing where you feel like you're really super hungry all of a sudden, or at least that's how I felt. I had a burger, cheese fries, and milkshake week. My husband was really happy that week, actually. Going to Shake Shack, getting us dinner every night. All I wanted were cheeseburgers. It was the only thing that sounded good to me. And I talked to my doctor, and he said, listen to your body. As long as it's not something that, pregnant women are not supposed to eat, then it's totally fine. I am here to tell you that the nausea did subside. I am back to enjoying kale salads and healthy, normal eating that I was used to myself. Stick to the basics and try to get in some fruits, vegetables. You know what a healthy diet is, of course. And there's tons of articles written about, certain fruits and veggies that are especially good for pregnant women. You may end up craving them. I got really into mango, which is apparently high in vitamin B and can be really helpful with nausea. So it's really interesting what your body starts to crave. Same thing with burgers. It was probably because I needed more iron. Who knows? But, having a healthy diet is definitely important. But I talked to my doctor at the beginning, and he said, don't freak out at the beginning if you're not getting a healthy diet or if you're too nauseous to eat anything. Some women do end up losing weight during the first, trimester when they're really nauseated. Because he said that everything you really need to get is in your prenatal vitamin. And that's why I was, hesitant to go off of the one that they had prescribed me for a more natural variety. I figured, there's more research on this. I'm just going to stick to it. So this will bring me to my next point, which is to remember that you are not eating for two. I feel like whoever came up with this mantra is a monster, because your whole life you think like, when I get pregnant, I can just start eating everything and think it's going to be wonderful. And of course, that is not the case unless you want to be working off your pregnancy weight for a very long time. In truth, your first trimester, you don't need any extra calories. In your second trimester, you only need about 300 extra calories. And in your third trimester, you only need about 500 extra calories. And that's not really that much food when you think about it. 300 extra calories can be, 2 to 3 pieces of fruit throughout the day. So that's really not very much. These extra calories shouldn't be filled with ice cream or other, things that we just may be craving. But that said, give yourself a little bit of break. And, I've definitely been sneaking ice cream and everything like that. My next tip, which is to continue exercising to the best of your ability. Again, you don't want to push yourself. I've had friends who've gotten hernias and gotten injuries during their pregnancy, and there's this thing called, and I'm totally going to mispronounce it. I should have looked up how to pronounce it before the video, but diastasis erecti, something like that. It basically is like the separating of your abdominal muscles or something. So there are definitely precautions that you want to take when you are exercising, but exercise has so many benefits for us pregos. And truth be told, when nauseated, the days that I got myself out on long, brisk walks, and I would go with my ginger ale and my crackers in my purse, were the days that I felt the best. But again, do what feels right for you. Everyone is different, and you have to listen to what your body is telling you, and of course, what your doctor is telling you. But, brisk walking, yoga, Pilates, swimming is really good for you if you have access to a pool. It's a definite option for some good exercise that won't be too hard on your joints. So that's good for us because we have enough extra weight pulling us around. I found some awesome videos on YouTube. One is, I think her name is Glow Body Personal Trainer, and her videos are, really challenging, but she breaks them down by trimester, and I really, really like them. And, I've found some other celebrity trainers and different, just different random workouts that I found to be really helpful, but I felt a lot more comfortable with someone who I know is certified telling me that this is okay to do during pregnancy. At the beginning, I was kind of working out on my own and just doing what I thought felt okay, and then some of the things I was doing were unhealthy or unsafe, and don't want any extra issues. There are enough things during pregnancy that make us not feel good. You don't want exercising to be one of them. It's so important and good for you to keep exercising. One is, you want to stay strong throughout your pregnancy, so that then you're strong for your labor. It also makes it, of course, a lot easier to get in shape after the baby is born. Pretty much every mile I walk, every 10 minutes of cardio or weightlifting or anything like that I do, I just keep reminding myself that that's one extra session or one extra mile at the gym that I'm not going to have to do after the baby. That will help make it a little bit easier. And then, of course, it also has the added benefit of possibly, not totally proven, but helping to ward off pregnancy depression, which, definitely can be a thing. Your whole life is changing. It totally makes sense. My next tip is to do pelvic floor exercises. Now, there's lots of different ways to do this, but the pelvic floor are the muscles basically that are near your pelvis, and those are the muscles that support your bladder, your vagina, all the wonderful stuff that you have going on down there. And during your pregnancy, your joints kind of loosen up and things may feel weaker down there. And, this is sometimes why women, when they laugh or sneeze, can end up peeing a little bit. And We don't want that. No one wants that. Who wants that? So there are, a few exercises you can do to keep these muscles strong to avoid that. It couldn't hurt to do some Kegel exercises. I went myself to the Mayo Clinic, and they have a little bit, it's very little. It's like a regimen of like 3 reps of 10 exercises a day, and you're basically just contracting and releasing your Kegel muscles. But this is, supposed to help. So I figure it couldn't hurt while you're watching TV or hanging out. Just, no one needs to know you're doing them, and, get the added benefit. Something else that's super important to remember during pregnancy is to rest. You have to take care of yourself, and that means mentally, physically, not pushing yourself too hard, getting a lot of sleep. Ladies, we need our rest, and I am a person who can't sit still, and I've had to force myself during this pregnancy to put my computer away, stop multitasking after a certain hour at night, and really just try and relax. Let my husband rub my feet if it's a really good day and he's, feeling very generous. But, take care of yourself, be good to yourself, try and do your best to get a good night's sleep. Now, the last tip I'm going to give is to go to the dentist. A lot of pregnant women get dental issues. I think there's a lot of bleeding gums and all kinds of fun issues. So it's definitely a good idea to maintain oral health. I know that oral health can be linked to a lot of health problems, so it's good to just stay on top of that. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope that you found these tips helpful, and I hope that you'll come back and visit us again soon. We're going to have lots of fun advice. I'm going to try and do a vlog from now on every week. I just was at 18 weeks a few days ago, and I'm still waiting to feel that baby kick. I'm really excited and hoping that happens soon, because that seems really fun, even though I guess at the beginning you kind of can't tell the difference if it's that or just bubbles. So I'll let you know. You'll have to come back and see. Have a great day and stay healthy.